Hey you guys, it's Britt. Tonight we're here with a little bit of a reaction to a recent Dougherty Dozen video. I wanted to pull some parts from her video that is a day in the life as a mom to 12 kids. And there were a few parts of this video that I found repetitive, problematic, and I just wanted to talk to y'all. So hopefully this video is not too long, but if you're interested, please keep watching. All right, you guys, so first things first, before we get into the reaction, I want to bring attention to Alicia's views. Her views are somewhat low considering the crazy growth that she had especially over the last like 6 months. Her subscriber count is at 901,000 subscribers, and the last few videos that she's done are getting in between 83,000 and 190, and that was the first day of school, 12 kids. So obviously people are going to be interested in that, but I noticed that and I find that really interesting because typically when you have a channel that's growing really quickly, tons of subscribers, and they're uploading on a consistent basis, you would expect the views to kind of increase as well. And if you go further down on her videos from earlier in the summer were getting around 300,000 views, 400,000 views, 800,000 views, 300,000. And so that tells me a couple of things. First and foremost, I think that people are sick and tired of watching her blow money. And secondly, I also think that people are just not on this train of family vlogging. It's like you might find a family and think that it's okay, and then you kind of realize that the entire channel is a walking red flag. And I think that red flags have been presented left, right, and center with the Dougherty Dozen channel, and I'm definitely not alone on thinking that. But I just wanted to point that out. It's not to point and laugh at her or anything like that, but it is just very interesting, these number of subscribers versus the views. And when you look at the views from a couple months ago, just something I wanted to toss in the beginning of the video. But before I bore everyone, let's get into the reaction.
And this is Friday, a day in a life as a mom to 12 kids. Today is Harley's first day of pre-K, first day like away. My first day in 12 years not having any kids in the house. Like, I don't even know. I don't know. So anyways, you're going to come along for the day with me because I don't know what this day is going to bring. But I haven't even gotten my coffee yet. We slept in today. The Buffalo Bills played last night, the first NFL game, so we stayed up and slept in until 5:30 this morning. Good news.
Sleeping in till 5:30. Notice how she mentioned, oh, sleeping in for us is waking up at 5:30. Supermom usually wakes up at 4:30, so sleeping until 5:30. You know, whatever.
I have a new clock. I gotta get that up there, but it's 6 a.m. Let's get some coffee.
The funny thing with the whole clock gate situation was it wasn't even necessarily, you know, it was funny when she took the clock off the wall, but leading up to it, it was just like, okay, if you're waking up at 6, just say you're waking up at 6. You don't have to put yourself up on this pedestal to make yourself look like you're waking up the earliest and you're the one making everything from scratch and you're the one running this whole house. Like, just be real with people. The one thing I've learned on kind of my time on YouTube, and I've learned a few things, but one of the things that would apply to a lot of different channels, no matter what your niche or your genre is just be real with people. Now, I have to also put a disclaimer, if you're just some kind of like raging asshole lunatic, then obviously if you're real with people, you're gonna scare people away from your channel because you just come off as unhinged and weird. But if you're a lifestyle vlogger, you don't have to put out this storyline of I'm doing this way and it's better than the way that you're probably doing it. Just don't put yourself up on this pedestal. Don't you don't have to make yourself look like Supermom. People just want to see what you're buying from the grocery store, maybe see what your morning routine is. It doesn't have to be this big production of, oh, I wake up at an insane hour just because I'm the mom who wears the cape, you know? You know what would be a lot easier? Just prop your phone up and don't try to hold your phone and do a million different things. Just a, very surface level tip there that would save a lot of this like weird camera work that she's trying to do.
The kids are going to grab cereal for breakfast. Sometimes on Fridays, I'm just like done. So they do a cereal breakfast and they buy lunch at school. They don't buy lunch a ton because it's really expensive at our school district. They opted out of the free lunch program that our nation has. So
how did they opt out of the free lunch program? I don't know. I'm not going to dig into that right now, but I don't understand. According to a quick Google search, it looks like most New York State public schools still offer free lunch to kids that are under the age of 18. But let's just talk about kids buying lunch for a quick second. This is a woman who makes over $300,000 a month by putting her kids on YouTube. And you're going to complain about the cost of school lunches? I mean, to me, there are definitely things to complain about, but when you're making that astronomical amount of money, to say that a school lunch is super expensive, ain't it? And that's just my opinion. And this is also someone who is a foster parent who has adopted children, and there has to be some sort of income being generated from that as well. And that's not a fact. That is just my pure speculation based on other things that I have read and researched. So, I mean, you're going to complain about the cost of school lunch? Alicia, I mean, you're also the one who has a, $375 budget per month just to spend on Cheetos alone? Yikes.
When all of my kids buy lunch, it's a good like $80 to $100 for one day for them to buy lunch. So it's just like, I don't know. They buy lunch maybe like once a week. So they're gonna get cereal for breakfast, buy lunch. We're getting tamales for dinner. It's a super easy food day. Alex has a varsity football game tonight. His girlfriend's gonna be there. I don't think you've met her yet. And yeah, well, let's get going.
Nor should they meet her. Maybe she doesn't want to be part of your social media influencer presence. This is the whole thing. This just constantly filming people, inserting them into your content, filming them without consent, telling people where they live. Like, she has filmed outside of the other boy's girlfriend, her house. She's filmed that person's house. Like, she either one of two things. She doesn't care or she doesn't understand how crazy people can be online. Literally, all that they need is a location, and there are people who will drive by, they'll send stuff to your house, they'll do prank calls and swatting. Like, that's a whole nother situation. This is why the privacy of kids and people that are not Alicia and her husband is so important. And this is why I talk about it all the time. And until I see some actual change, not only with Alicia, but also other family vloggers, you are an adult and your spouse is a consenting adult. The children in the house and the strangers at Target and the people that take their kids to the same school where your kids go to school. They are not willing participants in your whatever show this is, she's trying to produce here.
Hey, Dixie. Was you a good girl? Was you a good girl, huh? Oh, you're just waking up. You wanna go out? Come on. Come on, let's go. Oh, it smells like fall out here. Yes, it does. It smells like fall. You don't jump. You don't jump. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, chickens are coming, not waking up too. Hi, girls. I got feed you. Josh went to Tractor Supply last night, got them more food. Feed them. They're still waking up. I'll give them a couple minutes. Yeah. I got 3 of the 8 awake. Look at it like it's too early. Leave me alone.
I know some of y'all were asking about their dogs in my last video that you hadn't seen them recently. I don't think that they would do anything with their dogs. I don't see them like rehoming their dogs or anything like that. I think that it just depends on what is she uploading. I know the one thing I will say, I'm sure that those dogs breathe a sigh of relief when all those kids are sleeping. It cannot be the screaming and the running and the arguing and the just pure, off the wall stuff. I'm sure those dogs at nighttime are like, thank God, some peace and quiet, finally. In the video that I made showing the catastrophe that is the Dougherty household, specifically with the vandalism that was on the 1-bathroom door and just the amount of stuff that Alicia brings into the house without decluttering and actually giving back to other people in the community. It's just like more. This is another example. This stuff on the deck, just using common sense, these are chores that these kids should be able to pick up, and it would teach them that they have to clean up after themselves. Clean off the deck, put your shoes away, and then you can play on your iPad. When you instill cleanliness and organization in kids at a young age, not all the time, but a lot of times it will follow them through life, and I can only speak from my personal experience, but when my dad was raising me, organization and making sure that my stuff was picked up after and all that, and I understand that, having 1 kid is different than having 12 kids, but the way I look at it is that's just more kids that can have different chores, and then that way one child is not overloaded with all of them. You can divvy them up based on age group and kind of the responsibility level and so on and so forth. So I just don't understand. And from me being taught that at a young age, I've also been very organized in my adult life. I declutter my stuff often. I give back. I donate. And it's just much easier way to go through life than dealing with, just mess. And that's just my take on it.
I still gotta clean up our party from last night. We did good. We did good on that. Ate most of the dip. That dip was good. I had like 3 servings of that.
One of my biggest pet peeves is leaving food out uncovered overnight. I know that might be petty, and half this video is probably going to get me canceled anyway because I'm just not going to filter my opinions on this. Leaving food out like with no cover and no nothing, I don't know. I automatically think of bugs. I think of just put a cover on it, put it in the fridge. It takes literally 5 seconds. Bare minimum, put a cover on it. See, here she goes. She's writing the names on these little paper cups for their meds and vitamins or whatever. Why doesn't each child have a cup with their name already on it? This is what I keep going back to. Or they could have a pill case. Those little pill boxes? Get that, get it personalized, and each child has it. Like, why are you spending all this time literally writing names on these little paper cups that are going to go into the trash? It would be much more efficient and effective to just have a little container, even if it was like one of those, little, like, I'll throw a photo, one of those little things that like snaps. It doesn't even have to be a quote pill case, but put their name on it, and that is their container. They come down to it every day. It has whatever it is that they need, and then on to the next thing. I don't know. This wasting time and wasting materials that Alicia does is something that a lot of people have opinions about, and I'm just not here for wasting time or materials by literally using something one time and throwing it away unless I absolutely need to.
Hi. You have your first day today. Yeah.
In this video, I want y'all to pay close attention to her interactions between her bio kids and the other kids, because this is something that has been a common point of discussion, not only with the Dougherty family, but with like Not Enough Nelsons, and there's another family over on TikTok. I can't think of their name right now, and I don't want to name the wrong family, but with all of this vlog footage that is uploaded, the subscriber or the follower starts to really take in how parents interact with bio kids versus kids that are adopted or fostered, or kinship or whatever it is. And I did not want to jump to that conclusion really early on, but after having watched Alicia for 6 months now, I can see why some people bring that up so often, and I think this video is going to show a little sneak peek into kind of the tone that she uses, the level of interaction, the patience level that she has with some kids versus others. And obviously I'm going to blur all the kids' faces out, but you can still, if y'all are following this, you'll know what kid she's talking to. And plus, I don't know if I'm going to be able to blur out or beep out all of their names. This video is going to take me 6 hours to edit. I will do my best, but I will definitely blur their faces. But just pay attention to that as we go on.
You want to stay here? Okay. You're gonna go to preschool, but you have 3 hours. So you got 3 more hours to chill out here.
No.
Gonna make new friends.
No.
Yeah.
No.
This is one of those times where family vloggers do this all the time. It's supposed to be a really heartfelt moment between a parent and their child, and Alicia's like moving the camera to make sure that she gets this on her vlog. Why don't you cut the camera off? This is something I've been asking family vloggers for over a year now. If your child is having some anxiety about going to school or going to this event or starting a new sport or whatever it is, and they come to you and need your undivided attention, love, and compassion and kindness in that moment, why are you worried about getting your phone or your camera to make sure that it captures it for the vlog? To me, it's just really disingenuous, and I see it all the time, constantly. Just cut the phone off. And even so, like, don't move the camera around. Like, nobody should be seeing these really intimate moments between a parent and a child, and that's my opinion.
Habits are as addictive as bad habits and much more rewarding.
Who's it by? Oh, it doesn't say.
No, it doesn't say.
Sometimes it says who the quote is by. We read this quote every day to start our day. But first, coffee. Okay, I'm gonna do the meds. Josh is chipping away at our Buffalo Bills party last night. That celery actually looks good. I think we can save that.
Yeah,
Salvage that. Okay. They ate all the cupcakes.
They
They actually did. They ate most everything.
Well, of course they ate all the cupcakes because they are seasoned to eat sugar instead of healthy snacks. And, you know, if I had a choice as a kid of cupcakes or a vegetable tray, any kid is going to pick the cakes and cookies over something healthy, unless the healthy snacks are their only option and that's just the way you run your house. That's a personal decision, but let's not act like it's a shocking one.
I think we can even save this tablecloth for another day. It's got some chicken wing dip on it. I don't know. Okay, let's see. Don't say so. Oh, shoot. What is he going to do? Because he's got a game today. Okay. It's somewhere in the mountain of laundry I'm going to fold today. That's now all unorganized because the kids have just been, like, sorting through it, like, to grab what they want. I'm getting to the laundry pile today. I've got big plans. It's gonna be a good day.
In this video, she's heavily advertising the oldest child's football game that they're attending. And here's what I'll say. With family vloggers that go to public school and they're involved in sports, to advertise it so heavily on your channel, I get that, like, you're a proud parent and you want people to know, but the problem is that once people know where you live, where your kid goes to school, what sport they're playing, and what the sports schedule is, there is a large possibility that someone could end up showing up at one of those games to meet the family, because Alicia makes it very clear that the whole family goes to this football game. And this is just another avenue of opening up yourself to unhinged, creepy fans, which in my opinion, she has many. And her oversharing, and that mixed with not caring a whole lot for privacy, it just opens the door to people feeling okay. Oh, we know that he's on the football team. We wanted to come say hi and show our support. Could be someone with not so good intentions, and that is just something that you open yourself up to. Not saying that it's right, because it's not, but it is something that you open yourself up to once you start this oversharing and just letting people into so many different avenues of what your schedule is and where your kids go to school and so on and so forth. I'm not going to harp a whole lot on the laundry situation in this video because you guys know how I feel about it, but that is another thing that could be saving Alicia some time, is if the clean clothes were given to the kids that were, and I get that this is an age appropriate thing, and as I said in my other video, maybe having the 3 or 4 youngest not participate in this until they get a little bit older, but give the clean clothes to the kids. They can fold it. Let's be honest, guys, like, folding laundry is not something that's super difficult. Like, you show your kids how to fold the laundry and where it goes, and they should be able to take up that task for themselves. And if they don't, then they don't get to go to the pool. They don't get to play with this toy. Like, it just starts to instill some really good values. And how cool would it be for her to want to be this advocate and be able to show people through her content, I am teaching my kids these values. I am showing them, you know, kind of how to manage things within the household age appropriately. That would be really cool to see, just a little bit of a better example being set forth, since she wants to be an advocate. Now, if she had never said, I want to be an advocate, this is why I do social media, I want to be a voice for foster families, if she had never said that, then people probably wouldn't have that much of an opinion. But she has said it multiple times. But what are you really doing for these kids beside giving them materialistic junk?
I don't want to leave too late because I want to make sure we get parking. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fine.
I mean, we have the handicap pass, but I don't want to park like a mile away.
Why do they have a handicap sticker? Does anyone know that? I don't think I've figured that out, but I have noticed that.
Or we can just pretend we're an Amazon truck making a delivery.
Actually, we'll just park at the library.
The entitlement. Oh, let's just act like we're an Amazon truck making a delivery. I mean, bad enough she has a freaking handicap sticker, and to my knowledge, none of her children would qualify for needing handicap access, and you think you're so entitled to be able to act like you're an Amazon driver. That's not even funny.
Okay, 6:30. James, 6:30. Great. Alex, James. Well, he's up.
She doesn't even say good morning to some of these kids, like blah blah blah, 6:30, and then she goes in the other kid's room and he's already awake. So she doesn't even say good morning, how did you sleep, are you excited for the day, you're gonna have a great day. Like, none of these like little things that might, I don't know, allow them to wake up on the brighter side of the bed. Like, geez, I really don't understand how Alicia has the time to be so heavily involved with all of her kids and be present for them and interact as much as she does on social media. Now, to my knowledge, they don't have a social media manager or a business manager that is overseeing their YouTube and TikTok and Instagram, to my knowledge. But she is constantly in the comments, policing comments, liking comments, replying to comments, talking to people in, you know, YouTube community posts, so on and so forth. And the time aspect of being a YouTuber when you have so many kids, I just don't even understand how it equates, because you can't be fully present and be as interactive as she is. And so to me, that tells me that, you know, even if you're operating on 3 hours of sleep every night, like, that's just not going to be good for the longevity of your channel, or more importantly, for the relationship with your kids. And I have a feeling that one day in the next 5 to 10 years, there's going to be a big bombshell come out, and one of the kids of a big family vlogging channel is going to come out and do a full expose on their parents and what it was really like growing up in one of these YouTube family vlogging house situations. And I think it's going to be really interesting, and I've said it for a really long time. It's going to be tragic, but it's also going to allow the viewer to see, okay, maybe the commentary channels were right with some of the stuff that they were kind of noticing, and other subscribers and stuff like that. I'll be really interested to see how it unfolds and how it plays out. But I think it's definitely going to happen. I'm just not sure what family vlogging kid is going to come forth first. And I think once the first one does it, there will be many to fall in right behind them and do the same exact thing.
Bye. Have a good day. Love you.
So this is something that I picked up on when one of the two, as she calls them, extra kids, gets out of her vehicle. You can see on his backpack, it has the last name Dougherty. And this child has not been officially adopted into the Dougherty family, to my knowledge, and his name has not been changed. And I don't care for the fact that he is, it's almost like Alicia's like pushing their last name onto him before things are even official through the courts or anything is signed off on. How do you guys feel about him having this backpack and knowing that he was there through Kinship and he is not officially adopted as of yet? I really want to hear from you guys. I don't like it, don't care for it, but sound off in the comments below.
He's not liking school.
He says that school is getting in the way of his social life.
Ooh, that bike is so
Isn't his social life at school? Most kids are social at school and not social at home. I wonder if he's spending way too much time on social media and talking to people online because of the spotlight that Alicia has put him under.
Yeah, baby.
Okay, be kind.
I'm so poopy.
No.
I'm so poopy.
Just go.
I want to wash your hair inside.
Thank you.
Mommy, I want to wash your hair inside.
So here we are again, a new school year, and Alicia oversharing the shit out of the school bus number, what time the school bus comes, the school district. I talked about this during last school year with her oversharing her kids' school info. So, and I know for a fact, I'm not saying I'm special, but I know for a fact that there are a lot of other people that also brought this to her attention. For us to be here in another school year and her still showing the school bus coming in front of her house, showing what kids get on this school bus, tells me that she doesn't care. Because I know for a fact that she knows that this is a point of conversation and concern, even among her own subscribers. So it's not haters and trolls trying to drum up some kind of weird thing to give her criticism over. It has everything to do with oversharing where her children are during the day while they are not supervised by Alicia. What is going to happen when someone goes to their school and waits outside early and says, oh yeah, Alicia and Josh told me to come pick you up. I'm going to take you home. I'm a friend of the family. What is going to happen? I don't even want to think about that possibility. But I'm also a realist, and I know that people online are fucking crazy sometimes. She, again, shows the oldest child what school he goes to, takes the photo in his football jersey. The lack of care is astounding with Alicia.
Jordan, come on, you gotta get dressed. You got school.
Seriously? Can I stay home?
No, at school.
I don't want to. My belly hurts at school though.
That's anxiety.
I wish that she would have spent a few more minutes with that child that doesn't want to go to school, instead of vlogging it. If your child is having anxiety about going to school, there might be a reason why they're anxious to go to school. And I know that sometimes it's just a personality thing, but what if it's not just a personality thing? What if something's going on and they're being, and I know it's early in the school year, but what if they're being bullied? What if their teacher is not being nice to them? Like things like this, I just think of the interactions that are shown on these family vlogging channels, and it just comes off as so disingenuous. Spend the time with your kids, try to figure out what's going on instead of worrying about your damn vlog.
Rise and shine. The earth says hello. Let's go, Bodhi. Time for school. Come on. Hi.
See how she she's very sweet with some of the kids, and then other kids just get a knock and announce what time it is. I don't know, it's just an observation. For the rest of the vlog, she shows picking up dinner, she shows the kids coming home from school, she films inside her youngest pre-K, so now people can figure out where her child goes to pre-K at. She films at the football game, of course, filming without consent again, and then she films in Target, where of course she has to buy, what else? Chips and cheese dip and stuff like that. So I don't want to keep you guys here all night, but I did want to share parts of this video with you guys. I just find the level and I wouldn't even say the level. I find the lack of care so astounding. Like, care more. If Alicia were to come across this video, which I know she's not going to because I am just a jealous hater, but if she were to come across this video, care a little bit more. Protect your children's locations. Why do people have to see the inside of your youngest child's pre-K building? People can figure out where it is so easily. All they have to do is look at the, the carpet, then they know where you live, then they know, like, people can figure this stuff out. And I just don't understand why everything has to be vlog footage, everything has to be shown to subscribers. Like, there are just some things that should be protected, and that has been my stance with her since the day that I came across this channel. To finish my thoughts, I really don't like that she put that the child about the Kinship situation. I don't care for the fact that she sent him to school with a Dougherty backpack, and just the amount of oversharing, the showing the school buses. I just don't care for it. And as I've said before, I'm going to continue to share my opinions. So let me know what you guys think about all of this down below. So for now, if you liked the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.